Today we are going to discuss about the bicep brachii muscle. Bicep brachii muscle is the most powerful muscle of the upper limb. The bicep brachii muscle is situated anteriorly of the humerus bone. Its origin from the scapula, supraspicula glenoid cavity. The bicep brachii muscle, there are two head origin. One is the long head, the other is the short head. The glenoid cavity connect the humerus. The humerus head just above the supraglenoid cavity insertion of the long head. Long head come through the humerus head. There are two humerus prominent places: greater trochanter and lesser trochanter. The long head come in between two. It's an intertrochanteric sulcus. Greater trochanter, lesser trochanter come through the intertrochanteric sulcus. This is the supraglenoid cavity, just superiorly in origin from the long head. Coracoid process, the short head origin from the coracoid process. Head behind the scapula, the upper process is the acromion process. It's connect the clavicular bone. It is the plane joint. Then we are going to talk about this bicep belly, the bicep bulk area. The bicep bulk area, there are visually seen the two area, medial area and lateral area. The bicep muscle go downwardly. Its insertion to the radial bone. Radial tuberosity, it's one part inside. This bicep brachii muscle origin to two tendon and insertion two tendon. The lateral insertion insert to the radial tuberosity. The medial bicipital aponeurosis cover to the ulnar bone proximal. Again, we are going to discuss these things. The bicep brachii muscle origin from the two head, One is the long head, the other is the short head. Long head origin from the glenoid cavity just superiorly. The short head origin from the coracoid process. The long head come through the greater trochanter and lesser trochanter. Intertrochanter is sulcus. There is a transverse tendon in between. Then beneath the humerus anteriorly and come downward this muscle, its insertion to the lateral tendon, radial tuberosity and medial tendon, bicipital aponeurosis. That's the most anatomical position of this bicep brachia muscle. After this, we are going to discuss about the blood circulation, how the blood circulation come this muscle. From the heart, when we going to talk about from the heart. This is the aorta. Blood pump to the upward. This is the subclavius artery. Blood coming to the side, left side and right side. There are two subclavian arteries. Aorta, the upward brachiocephalic artery, then it divide to the upward common right side subclavius artery. Subclavius artery, go to the axillary artery, then brachial artery. This is the brachial artery, give the blood supply to the bicep brachia muscle. The brachial artery supply another deep arterial supply to the muscle profound brachia. Profound brachial artery and brachial artery give the arterial supply to the bicep brachia muscle. Aorta, brachiocephalic artery, subclavius artery, axillary artery, brachial artery, and profound brachia artery. Then divide the elbow joint, radial and ulnar artery. Now conclude the blood supply of the bicep brachia muscle. Then we are going to talk about return the blood to the heart, venous return. Now we are going to talk about from the muscle. There are two venous return, venous pathway. Then now we are drawing it. Laterally, cephalic vein, medially, basilic vein. Cephalic vein, basilic vein go upward. It is the return to the blood from the bicep brachia muscle, laterally cephalic vein, medially basilic vein, then go to the brachial vein and subclavius vein, connect the jugular vein and superior vena cava, go to the venous return to the heart. Now the conclude of this venous return. Then we are talk about the innervation of the bicep brachia muscle. The cervical region, when we are talk the cervical region, there are several roots out to the C5 to the T1. These roots brachial plexus. The brachial plexus give the nerve supply to the bicep brachia muscle. Then the brachial plexus, now we are talking about this brachial plexus. First of all, we have to discuss about root, trunk, division, cord and terminal. Now I am going to note in detail. Briefly, the brachial plexus out to the lateral cord. Lateral cord give the muscular cutaneous nerve. C5, C6, C7 origin from the muscular cutaneous nerve. It's come out of the root, then trunk, then division, then cord. End of this cord terminal give the out of the nerve. It is the muscular cutaneous nerve. Muscular cutaneous nerve give the three muscle. Bicep brachia muscle, choroid brachii muscle, brachialis muscle. These three muscles are innervated only this nerve, muscular cutaneous nerve. The muscular cutaneous. Now we are going to talk about this muscular cutaneous nerve. When the muscle doing some form of activity, the hand is move like this or move like that. This nerve is stimulate that bicep brachia muscle. How it is stimulated? Now we are going to talk about this stimulation in briefly. Come to the stimulation C5, C6, C7. The stimulation come to the muscular cutaneous nerve, give the some form of movement, activate this muscle, the muscle belly. Muscle belly is the activate. Acetylcholine give this activation of this muscle. Inside this muscle, a lot of fibers and lot of filaments, lot of muscle, lot of sarcolemma connection, lot of connection they are inside in this muscle. Some stimulation come via this nerve. It is give some form of stimulation to the inside filaments, actin myosin filament. It is action potential stimulate. The action potential stimulate gradually upwardly. That is the polarizing some form of situation. Then polarizing come to the threshold limit. The full muscle are suddenly activate. The actin myosin suddenly activate. These two things and thin color filament connect each other. The cross bridge are connecting each other when they come. What is the threshold in come to the muscle? Then we are going to talk about this muscle, how this muscle activate, how this muscle work. This threshold come to the connect the actin myosin isometrically, not movement of the muscle. It is only bulking muscle. Then this activation come to the concentrically constrict the muscle is gradually contract medial side and lower area of the hand come to the upward. Then this activation is the eccentrically the muscle midline away from the side and go distal part of the hand downwardly. That is the simple method we have to understand. Now we are going to another some form of things. This is muscle. How this is muscle work? The liver system. This is the bicep brachia muscle. It is work some form of liver system. I am going to tell about it is also briefly. The elbow joint. Elbow joint is the synovial joint. Elbow joint is the hinge joint. This is the ball and socket joint. Shoulder joint is the ball and socket joint. It is also the synovial joint. The elbow joint is the most important joint because of it is work as a fulcrum. I am drawing some form of things. You have to get idea. This is the method. Fulcrum is no movement. Weight is go downward. Weight is go downward. Fulcrum is no movement. Weight is go downward. The tone is go upward. Tone is go upward. Weight is downward. Fulcrum is lateral fulcrum. Lateral fulcrum. Medially. Tone go down. Superior side. Upside. Weight go downside. That is the same method to the liver system of the bicep muscle, and it is connected to the upper limb. That is some form of brief idea. I think you have to get some proper idea about this. Now we are going to talk about the disease of this bicep muscle or around this area, head and bicep tendon and muscle and shoulder joint and other elbow joint. First of all, the bicep connect to the scapula. Scapula and glenoid cavity humerus can be dislocated. Subductase, humerus cavity, glenoid cavity and humerus head. Humerus head can be dislocated anteriorly and downward, or humerus head can be dislocated posteriorly. This dislocation is the occurring inside this muscle because of when this dislocation, the bicep tendon can be tear or damage or avulsion. This is the first of this damage of the subluxation or dislocation of the humerus head. Not only that, around the glenoid cavity there are several fibers and muscle connection and nerve supply and circulation supply. Those are the damage. Capsular damage can be capsular tear, muscle damage or tendon. Lot of tendon are connecting to the head and glenoid cavity. Tendon damage, bursitis, the supraglenoid bursa, the lateral bursa, medial side bursa. The bursitis also can be happen. Tendon also can be avulsion. That is also another problem. Dislocation is subluxation is the most important problem of the bicep brachial muscle. Then we are going to talk about sports activity. When the lot of sportsmen doing some form of sports, they are having some lot of damage to bicep and glenoid cavity and humerus. Why it is damaged? The strengthening activity, they are not doing the strengthening activity around this joint. They are not doing this activity, suddenly go and throw the ball. The joint is can't fix and can't alignment, can't fixation and through the ball. Then head is come outward and tear around area. Horse riding, cycle riding, javelin throw, disc throw, and golf shot, and volleyball dash also the happening to damage this area. Then another one is the fracture of the humerus. One third of the humerus head fracture laterally. There are radial groove and radial nerve damage in this situation. The arterial damage, all the profound arterial and axillary nerve and circumference artery, lot of artery can be damaged in this situation. Circumference artery, axillary nerve, radial nerve, profound brachial artery, these things can be damaged because of the there are quadrate syndrome. This lower part of the head, we can identify this damage. When the horse riding and motorcycle riding, some person down the lateral side can be shoulder downwardly sudden compression. The C5, C6, C7 avulsion from the root, the nerve supply is musculocutaneous damage. The musculocutaneous damage, it is the bicep also the not work because of the C5, C6, C7 damage also connect the musculocutaneous. The connection of the central nervous system is lost, then muscle is not work. In natal also this thing happening. The small baby delivering in this natal situation, the head pull out of the some form of traction downwardly go shoulder downwardly can be C5, C6, C7 damage. Brachial plexus damage. This is the palsy. And C6, C8, T1 damage, clunky palsy. Palsy is the go downward and backward hand. Clunky palsy also the distal part of the hand damage. This is the nerve supply damage, this bicep brachial area. Right, today we are conclude this session, bicep brachial muscle. Then another day we are discuss another muscle and its function and its nerve supply. A lot of things